Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. A little bit earlier I talked about Michigan basketball. Go watch that video. Um, it's not looking good over there, but for Michigan football it is. Two playoff appearances in 2 consecutive years, two wins over Ohio State, two Big Ten titles. What do we need to do to maintain this? I think if you've watched my previous videos, you know that I think Michigan will be back in the playoff, and we will talk about total roster, who's coming back. We'll talk about the entire roster here coming up in a little while, but we have all off season to do that. But this is what I want, an early want for Michigan in 2023. I want JJ to throw for 3,800 plus yards. I think Michigan's record for a season from a quarterback is 3,331 yards, which was John Navarre. And that was way back, way back. And the name of the game is offense nowadays. I want him to have 300 plus rushing yards, and I want him to have 26 plus passing touchdowns because the record for Michigan is 25. Another putrid number that needs to be just broken open. Let's break through that and modernize this team. I want Corum. Blake Corum is coming back, and I want him to have 1,500 rushing yards. He had almost that. Getting hurt 2 games at the end of 2 games left in the end of the season. I want him to have at least 100 receiving yards as well, and 15 plus touchdowns one way or another. And I want Edwards, his backup, to have 1,000 rushing yards at least. JJ passing the ball is going to open it up for some home run hits from these two pros in Michigan's backfield. And I want him to have 500 receiving yards at least. I think we'll get into it, but I think he should be in a slot. We should play both Corum and Edwards at the same time. And Edwards should be in the slot, catching the ball more times than not, and Corum is your workhorse. Corum is the guy that knows how to maneuver through the middle of a defensive line and linebackers. Edwards kind of has struggled with that, but he is an athletic talent and can catch the ball. He can line up outside at wide receiver and be just fine. Outside wide receiver number 1. He could be that guy. So 500 yards receiving with JJ at the helm. Why not? 15 plus touchdowns for him too. And then Roman Wilson, I want him to get 1,000 yards this season. Can we get a receiver with 1,000 yards again? And 8 plus touchdowns. Colston Loveland is our tight end coming back. We need to be able to pass the ball up the middle. And I want him to get 800 yards. He had a significant amount of yards in just a few games last season. He came on strong, and I want him to get 5 plus touchdowns. And then Johnson, Henning, Walker, Clemens, etc. in the receiving corps. I think 1,500 yards between all of them is very capable. They can do that. And then 8 plus touchdowns for all of them amongst them. Harbaugh has done it right. He built the team. It took him a while, but he has kind of taken on this CEO role with kind of a more hands-off approach, letting the younger guys do some things, delegating, and it's paying off for Michigan. It might be a good thing. We have the team, which is my philosophy, build the team and the quarterback will come. we have the team, and he's working on the quarterback right now, and that's probably the best one we've had. I mean, he last year he had 10 yards passing less than Harbaugh did, and that's good for number 8 in the nation, or 8 in Michigan history. So we gotta keep consistently working on the passing game, of course. If you add it all up, this would be a balanced offense of 3,800 plus passing yards by J.J. McCarthy and 2,500 plus rushing yards for a total of 6,300 plus yards offensively. This team could do it, but will they embrace the pass game is my question. Will Harbaugh loosen the reins a little bit more? He's been doing it every season since he's been there, and I give him kudos for that. He's learning what works and what doesn't. He's not stubborn like everyone thinks. All of this is behind a somewhat new offensive line, but an elite one. Trevor Keegan, Drake Nugent, Zach Zinter are all pros on the interior of this offensive line. And then, we probably go 13 deep on offensive line. It's that good. Embarrassment of riches. Offensive tackles are deep. Miles Hinton is probably going to start at right tackle. Left tackle, who knows? Jeff Percy, Ladarius Henderson, the transfer, who knows? I mean, we have options there. And the defense, if you're wondering about that, returns 15 of 22 starters from last year's top 5 defense. And they're going to get better. And, the recruiting class is still not over. February is the second class. And, maybe we get some people there to flip now that Harbaugh is back. And let's talk about why, real quick at the end, why JJ can't get 3,800 yards. Who is going to be the best quarterback in the Big Ten? Illinois has Luke Altmaier, who replaces Tommy DeVito. Iowa has Cade McNamara, who replaces Spencer Petras. Jeff Sims has replaces Casey Thompson at Nebraska. Purdue has Hudson Card replacing Aiden O'Connell. Wisconsin has Tanner Mordecai replacing Graham Mertz. I'm getting too ahead of myself, sorry. Minnesota has Ethan Calamanis replacing Tanner Morgan, but he also started a lot of the games last season. Ryan Holinsky, but it's probably going to be Brendan Sullivan. Both of them played for Northwestern last season. Michigan, it's J.J. McCarthy, yet again. So now we're talking about Big Ten East here. Ohio State, it was C.J. Stroud. Is it going to be Kyle McCord, a junior? Or are they going to bring in a transfer? Or what's going to happen there? Penn State, Drew Aller, who looked pitiful in the couple of games I saw. He's a big lumbering lunk. He replaces Sean Clifford. Maryland, Talia Tagovailoa is a senior. I guess he's staying. So he has the best case of being the best quarterback in the Big Ten other than J.J. McCarthy. Peyton Thorne, is he back? Is he back? Because he would have a good case as well. Dexter Williams, the second, replaces Connor Bazelak for Indiana, and Rutgers, Gavin Wimsatt, who came in and looked pitiful versus Michigan last year after I think Michigan was the one that gave him his opportunity. So there you have it. I mean, why can't JJ just own this conference with the talent that Michigan has offensively and be aggressive and go win this thing like other teams do, modern teams. The Georgia's the last couple of years, Alabama the year before, on down the line. Ohio State in years past. The talent is there. We can go do it, and that's just what I want for this season. So there you have it. It's a wish list of the new year for Michigan football. And they're all in winter conditioning right now, getting better with Ben Herbert. That's another thing. The entire coaching staff is back. Everybody, all the assistants. Go blue, everybody.